Underestimate Mark Yap. He is an excellent fighter who, whenever he's had adequate preparation, has always won his fights. He's a wonderful technician with a hard punch. This is going to be a fantastic fight.
And all eyes are at the center of the ring as our protagonists meet. Here we go. Round one.
Look, straight away, as you said before, I'm quoting you when we use the word download. From the get-go, Charly Suarez is going to do things, or even pretend to do things, to try to download the styles and the reactions of his opponent in Mark Yap. Charly, always working physically and always thinking cognitively. He's engaged in every facet of this fight.
And so far, both fighters are exchanging jabs. High-level boxing here.
Yeah, this is high level. That's the best way to phrase it, Franco. It's a really high level. As Mark Yap tries an interesting abstract overhand right. A few missed punches. These guys are both very talented and they're very, very artistic. They're going to be experimenting with things you don't see very many fighters do in the boxing stage around the world.
Good gauging of distance. It's very interesting how at a certain level, everything has a purpose. Okay? Now, Ben, if you were the person right inside that ring, okay, if you are Mark Yap, okay, what would be the gauging moves? What would be a really good strategy in order to elicit some reactions from Charly?
Yeah, it's a tough question. Usually a really good one. It's really hard to answer. As we see Charly land a double jab right hand. I was actually going to ask you, if I was Mark Yap, if you were Mark Yap rather, what would you be looking to do given Suarez's dimension, craft, and ability to detect things well ahead of time? I think for an answer to the question, Mark Yap has to surprise Charly, come forward, which he's probably expected to do, and go backwards, and also change styles. Go a little bit looser, go a little bit tighter, but don't let Charly get used to the rhythm because Charly downloads things, as you say, so quickly. So constantly give Charly very, very different looks so he can't get settled and start to really pick apart Mark Yap.
In all honesty, I kind of have the same answer.
Yeah.
You know, you got to give Charly different looks. I mean, if you look at Charly's previous fights, you know, he was the one who wants to dictate the pace.
Yeah,
he
definitely
wants to, just like what he's doing now, he's going to give you looks. Then all of a sudden, he's going to step on the gas, but ever so lightly, you know, and then he's going to back up. Yeah. And then he's going to go cruise mode. Beautiful. And then he's going to go back again.
That was nice. For everyone watching this on Elorde TV, this is Charly Suarez, the #1 fighter. I'm sure you'll agree with me, Franco. The #1 fighter in the Philippines, and that is saying a whole lot.
That 100%. Totally agree with that statement.
Charly Suarez lands a beautiful three-piece combo with very little effort.
And so far, Mark Yap is holding his own. Good exchanges. You know, he's not really rattled. He's not really, you know, he's not flinching. You know? It's a good give and take. Final seconds of the first round.
Pretty even first round. I will say this, it was incredible. Charly Suarez walks into the ring and hugs his opponent.
Yep.
He's so funny.
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's a very nice guy. Then by the time he flips that switch on, you know, it's a totally different guy.
Yeah, he is. It's funny. I will say though, he's got so much dimension and intellectually as well. He's often laughing through his fights.
And he's very relaxed.
Yeah, he's very relaxed. He's profoundly relaxed. I think he has such a mastery of the fight game that he's able to really, really relax and not get his heart rate up in a way that almost every other fighter on the planet has to. There's no panic in Charly.
So good gauging round for both fighters. Good first round for John Yap as well. Seconds are ordered to come out. We are at round 2 of a scheduled 12-round fight between Charly Suarez versus John Yap. Charly Suarez in the red corner, black trunks. John Yap, blue corner, white gloves.
Mark Yap just landed a really nice punch there. That's the first time in a long time I've ever seen Charly's sweat fluff his head, but he lands a beautiful counter lead right hand.
I totally agree. That kind of caught him off guard. Yeah. It's a good surprise, though.
Yeah.
Now let's see how Charly will answer.
Charly's got so much scope. He's never relaxing. He's always putting pressure on the opponent, either physically or intellectually. I'd say I was talking to one of the co-organizers of the whole event, Robert Hill. He said, which I'd agree with, Charly perhaps has not lost a professional round, which is just insane. It gives you an idea of the scope and the talent that Charly Suarez has.
And so far, good movement there by Mark Yap, weaving in and out of traffic. He wants to make sure that he's out of range. He steps back when he needs to.
Being very responsible thus far.
Pops in that jab to the body. He has a slight height advantage.
Yeah.
Overhand right there by Mark Yap.
Yeah. I don't think it's that slight. I think Yap's actually definitely taller than him. It's just that Charly's got such fast feet, Franco. He's able to close the distance.
Almost got him with that sneaky uppercut.
A couple of good jabs for both competitors here. Really hard jabs.
And when you look at the hand speed, both fighters have really good hand speed here.
Notice both these fighters, when they're exchanging punches or letting one go, the other hand's up and glued, pressed against their rib cage with the hand up. They're very, very technically sound fighters, both of them.
Fundamentals at the highest level.
Yeah, whipping left hook there by Charly Suarez. Hardly.
That was good.
Right hand. I think it was a right uppercut in his last
right
victory.
uppercut,
Yeah, unset him in the 12th round, his opponent. Suarez, devastating array of punches. We see there a lead left hook.
Good jab there by Charly Suarez. Mark almost got him in the corner.
Beautiful
Good
jab.
exchange of jabs there.
We saw in the first round it was pretty nip and tuck. No definitive landed punches by Suarez or by Yap, but in this round, Charly started to pull ahead with some really good time shots.
Mark Yap sneaks in that jab right in the middle.
It's a very exciting fight. You've heard through the whole competition, a lot of volume from the crowd. Everyone's silent in this fight. They're just watching.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the edge of the
Everyone's
seats.
very attentive.
Yeah, very attentive. That's the word. Yeah.
Good jab straight there by Charly, evading that counter attack by Mark Yap.
See the dynamism. He isn't just a genius inside the ring. He's got such athletic gifts. He can close the gap so quickly. Oh, beautiful. We see there a lead right hand. Charly Suarez luring Yap in with the indication he's going to throw his left hand, moving it around. That just drops a beautiful lead right hand.
And he leads with that straight, follows up with a hook. That was a nice uppercut there by Mark Yap. Lead uppercut and countered by an uppercut of his own by Charly. And that lead hook there by Charly Suarez.
Yeah, Charly is a terrifying assignment. He's got very heavy hands. They're also super fast, and he can close the distance so good. He's so comfortable going backwards or forwards with devastating combinations. It's a tough assignment Mark Yap's up against. This should actually be, I think, Franco, what do you think? This is the best opponent Charly Suarez has faced yet.
I agree. I've covered Charly several times, and so far this is one of the more formidable opponents that he's had. I mean, the guy's not backing down. Eats a right straight. Now, Ben, when you watch boxers, high-level boxers perform right in front of you at this level, just to give our viewers, a glimpse into the depths of their training. How long does it take for practitioners, for professional boxers to develop the habits that these fighters have right now?
Oh, yeah, okay. So the skill set, the fundamentals, it doesn't take very long. It's a different story converting that into the ring, but it doesn't take that long to get the fundamentals. But these things, the skill sets both of these guys are showing, they take years and years and maybe even over a decade. There is so much going on in the ring, so many micro adjustments they're both making. It's very easy to mistake that it's just two guys punching each other, as you see Charly land a three-piece combination punctuated by a beautiful straight left. But these guys are doing so many different things, like you asked, that take years to learn. What's your favorite thing, Franco, about Charly Suarez? Because there is so many.
It's more than the knockout power, more than the skill set. It's the ring IQ. It's the way he thinks. It's the way he reacts. And the things that he will try to feed you certain moves, but he's actually setting you up.
Yeah, that's a great point. I've got to answer. I've got the same answer. It is so true. he makes you think while you're watching and think, I've never thought of that.
Mhm.
I've never seen that before. It's quite a talent.
So for example, like in the second round, he was doing a lot of check hooks and lead hooks. Now all of a sudden he's changing it up. He's throwing straight jabs to the chest.
Yeah.
You know, straight jabs to the chest, and every time Mark decides to come forward, he wants to pin himself against the ropes and
Yeah.
closes in. Now, the moment he tries to bait Mark Yap to get into the ropes and hit his body, he counters immediately with that straight.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, he's got so much to pull from because he's got such a huge range. If you would have heard about 10 or 15 seconds ago in the Elorde ballroom, Mark Yap landing some thunderous shots that Charly blocked them. But you can see that Mark Yap is a power puncher. Make no mistake. It's just finding that gap in Charly's defense that makes it so hard. Like that. That is a beautiful double jab right hand.
And we're seeing that both fighters are enjoying their time inside that ring. Both fighters are smiling while exchanging punches.
Yeah, there's a lot of respect between these two guys. Charly Suarez is the best fighter in the Philippines, but Mark Yap is one of the best. He's an excellent fighter. There's a lot of mutual
holding
respect.
his own. Yeah, definitely holding his own here against Charly.
Strong left hands there.
Ooh, that was a good jab straight there by Charly. Exactly what we were talking about a while ago. He will start baiting you.
Yeah.
The moment you get comfortable attacking his body or attacking him with your combinations, he's gonna wait for that exact moment when you try to exit, and then he's gonna throw. See?
Beautiful. Yeah. He's got so many options with both hands, and he tries to set a rhythm that makes you think he's going to do something else. You can see there, he just surprises his opponent. Oh, beautiful clean shots there landed by Charly Suarez, VSP's premier boxer and the premier boxer from the Philippines.
And you will definitely get more high-level elite boxing from Elorde TV. Follow us on Facebook. Make sure to tune in for more VSP promotion fights in the coming weeks.
Such delicately placed shots by Charly Suarez with a wealth of experience and a massive amateur career. Charly Suarez has fought Lomachenko on very short notice and gave a fantastic account of himself. He's actually beaten world title holder, professional world title holder, Oscar Valdez. So he's an excellent fighter with many, many highly recognized scalps from around the world. Charly Suarez. It's like his hands and his brain just move at a different speed. It's so quick.
Charly now with feints, trying to get reactions. Good jab there. Uppercut by John Yap.
I think John Yap has got a hell of a chin because it's going to be tested for this fight.
That was a good
blistering
hook.
left hook.
That was a good hook by Mark Yap.
He needs more of them as he looks to load up with a lead left uppercut, but he misses. It swings for the fence. Nice jab by Mark Yap.
And those jabs are landing, 4-punch combination by Charly Suarez.
As a testament to Mark Yap's defense and his footwork, while Charly has landed a couple of really meaningful combinations, multiple combinations Charly has thrown have missed because Yap's distance and his timing is so good.
How about the variety of attacks that we're seeing from both fighters, Ben?
Yeah,
They're attacking the body, switching to the head. They're not really over-eager. They're not really over-committing. Punches are fluid.
Immense fluidity. Both of these guys are so fluid and smooth. We can see Charly, like I said before, he's got so much power from either hand. He's got so much balance too. He can throw all kinds of shots that surprise you. But I've been surprised. It's a nice 1-2 there by Yap. Yap's able to throw with authority with either hand as well, as we see a right hand partially land on Charly Suarez.
Good slip there by Charly Suarez. Good jab by Mark Yap.
Mark Yap has got the idea. He knows his role. He's the underdog. When he's throwing a lot of these punches, Franco, he knows he's falling in because he's trying to throw every ounce of his own body weight into the shots.
And he's finding success in that lead uppercut. It's going straight through the middle.
Yeah, you can see he's got vaunted power in that left hand. Like
Another
that.
uppercut.
Beautiful. Now, while Charly is catching these shots, this is a 12-round fight, and that'll wear you down the stretch. If not on the liver or the head, it can hurt your arms, diminish your punch count just by getting hit that many times on the arms and the shoulders.
Mark Yap returns to that jab in the middle. Finish with a hook. Good barrage so far. He's got Charly against the ropes.
The smiling assassin. Yeah, he had him against there.
Lead
Lands a
hook
nice
there by
lead
Charly.
hook.
Jab to
Wow.
the body, overhand right to the head.
Charly Suarez and Mark Yap. That was round number 4. We get ready for round number 5. And what's been a beautifully contested fight by both fighters.
Look at the level change on that one. Attacking the body, finishing with the head. That was a jab to the body, an over right, straight flush to the chin by Charly Suarez. And right here in this sequence, so far, Mark Yap is finding success in that lead uppercut. See? Finishes off with a straight. Another lead uppercut,
Yeah.
right smack in the middle.
Yeah, Charlie's catching them, but they're heavy shots. Mark Yap has got some serious power. Speaking of power, Franco, my favorite shot that Charly Suarez throws that I've seen him knock out multiple opponents with, that double left hook like Mike Tyson to the body, then reefs it back over to the head. It's brutal. I'll be looking forward to seeing some of them in this fight. Probably a little bit later on.
Probably in the middle rounds.
Middle
we'll
to the
see-
late rounds
we'll
when
see
Mark Yap slows down a
yep.
bit.
More body work from Charly. We are at round 5 of a scheduled 12-round fight between Charly Suarez versus Mark John Yap. This is for the WBA Asia Super Featherweight Championship.
You see Mark Yap coming forward, looking to do some serious damage. Charly Suarez happy to take the back foot roll, popping some beautiful jabs.
Good defense there by Charly. Unleashes two body shots of his
yeah,
own.
and a
Lead
nice
straight
right hand.
there by Charly.
Charly Suarez often reminds me of Sugar Ray Leonard. He'd often come back at clutch times towards the end of the round after having seemed to have given the whole round away. Charly Suarez, when he knows he's just lost a couple of shots or sacrificed them, he comes back with a blistering attack and evens up the scorecards. Very clever stuff by
And
Charly.
just when you know you've unloaded like a really good combination, he has an answer for you.
Yeah, exactly. He's always got an answer. Yeah, you feel like you got a little bit of momentum, Franco. Charly comes back and snaps your head back out of nowhere. Hard body shots there by Yap.
We could hear it all the way here.
There you go.
Charly answers with 4 punches of his own. Now Charly goes back to the jab.
Good shots by both fighters here. You see a really hard left hook. Charly caught it, but that is a hard left hook by Yap.
Good body shot there by Mark Yap. That was a good jab by Mark Yap. Straight to the chin of Charly Suarez.
The smiling assassin, Charly Suarez.
2 straight hooks there by Charly. Is that swelling on Mark Yap's nose?
I haven't seen. Let's have a look.
Check. There's a little bit of redness on the right eye, underneath the right eye of Mark John Yap. Now Charly attacks the body. Good defense by Mark Yap.
He's a big guy. Good jab by both fighters there. They trade hard jabs. I've never seen a fighter smile this much at this kind of level. It's a high stake fight and he's just always laughing.
You know, 2 gentlemen throwing bombs at each other and then smiling afterwards.
It's one of the best things about boxing, and it's certainly one of the very best things about Filipino boxing. That level of competition, of mutual friendship and warmth. It's fantastic. Look at some highlights here.
Good attacks there by Mark Yap. However, the defense of Charly is not really there. You know, some of those shots are just grazing. That one hit the spot. Even Charly acknowledged that.
get ready for round number 6.
This is round 6, ladies and gentlemen, of a scheduled 12-round bout between Charly Suarez versus Mark John Yap. Suarez is from VSP Boxing Stable, Vietnam. Mark John Yap is from Cagayan de Oro City.
Charlie with a beautiful body jab. I think he'll be looking to, in the next couple of rounds, Franco, alternate that pace and even more so alternate the shot selection up and down, up and down. He's going to truly, really try to peel back the defensive layers of Mark Yap, especially with body shots. Beautiful uppercut there by Charlie.
And every time that he attacks that body, those hands go down.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of time of how he will time that shot to the head.
Yeah, I think in the next couple of rounds, we're going to see a whole lot more of that sound echoing around the Elorde ballroom, where Charlie's landed hard body shots. You can see him crash, hear them crash into the torso of Mark Yap.
And as we mentioned earlier, Mark Yap is holding his own. You know, he's not backing down. You know, he's taking those punches, he's rolling with them.
Beautiful left hook there by Charlie. So sneaky and quick. Hey, it's
Very
been
sneaky and quick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've had 5 completed rounds thus far, Franco. What advice would you give Mark Yap? He's doing great, like I said, against the best fighter in the Philippines. But is there anything you could tell him to maybe generate a little more success in his game?
Well, it's not. When it comes to adjusting, okay, now is actually the time. We're at the halfway mark of this fight. Okay? Now it's the time to execute on your offense. Focus more on your offense. At the end of the day, Charlie's defending his belt. Mark Yap has to convince the judges, and he has to win this in fantastic fashion. So I think we need to up the ante on the offensive side. You know, take a little bit more gambles. You know, throw more combinations, throw more punches, and see what happens. See how Charlie reacts to that.
So basically do what Charlie's doing. Throw a few more punches, take a few more gambles. You see in this round, Charlie's starting to pull ahead with some really good offense.
And I think we're seeing a cut underneath the right eye.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he's split bad. It's his left underneath the orbital bone.
So that's a jab straight to the face of Mark Yap by Charly Suarez. And mind you, Ben, this is not coming from one punch. This is an accumulation of punches.
Yeah, totally. Some of them aren't actually landing. It's just his own gloves getting squashed into his head like that one. Beautiful jab, because Charlie puts so much pressure offensively onto his opponents. I think he's probably maybe almost doubled the punch count of Yap. He's a typhoon. He's a terror.
Final 10 seconds of the 6th round.
Yeah, that's not a good cut. That's
Good
not a good
round
place
for
to have a
Charlie.
cut.
See? Look at how he sneaks in that uppercut. That was really good. Boom. Boom. And that's exactly what Ben mentioned a while ago. He would go for the body, slight jab to that rib, and then he will go upstairs. Now we see him lead with an uppercut.
That's where the cut was. It was a hard right uppercut that Mark Yap, there it is, he crouched into. There's already a mark there. He opened it up. Well, let's hope there's no issues here as we look at the corner. There's a lot of attention being given to that cut. Everything seems fine. He's going to press forward.
And most definitely Mark Yap would definitely want to go down on his shield. No cut is going to keep him phased. Round 7 of a scheduled 12-round fight between Charly Suarez versus Mark John Yap. This is for the WBA Asia Super Featherweight Championship.
Nice right hand there by Charlie. Really good right hand. Let's see, Charly Suarez starting to move around almost constantly to the left. He's probably going to walk Mark Yap into a big right hand. One of Charlie's many moves.
And most definitely target that open cut.
Yeah.
Create more damage.
Charlie slips and slides as Mark Yap throws a big hard right hand and then ducks under another right hand. Reestablishes dominance with some really nice jabs in the center of the ring.
Now when it comes to like this level of boxing, Ben, at least in your experience, when do you throw something that's just highly technical, snappy, versus something that's loaded with power?
Yeah, I think I had really heavy hands, but I had to pick when I was going to throw really hard shots. One of the best things that I love about Charly Suarez is so many of his shots are effortless. And they're really hard. And often he can bait his opponents into thinking they can cover up and wear them. And he just throws hellacious shots. I think Mark Yap has got to make that decision when he's going to start to fire some serious bullets. But Charly Suarez can just throw whenever he wants. So almost all of them are really hard.
And the accumulation of those punches led to that small gash right now underneath the right eye of John Yap. However, I think Charly's going to facilitate more damage, and he will try his best to exploit that.
Yeah, he's a very happy, enthusiastic facilitator. You see a beautiful jab right hand to the head. It's so nice. Gosh. Like you said, Franco, Mark Yap will definitely go down on his shield before quitting. You can see it here. He's been hit hard. He's accumulated a fair bit of damage, and he's still throwing really, really meaningful punches, especially that left rip to the body.
Definitely on warrior mode. He's not backing down. You know, the defense is still there. You know, this is still a highly technical fight. They're not too careless.
That is a great point. Against a lesser opponent, Charly Suarez would be splitting this guy with every single shot. It's just that Mark Yap is so polished and technical, so experienced, that he's able to catch so many of these shots without getting hit flush.
And we are now in round 7. So far, the pace of both fighters have been consistent since round 1.
Yeah, that's a great point. Charly Suarez hasn't stopped working, and Mark Yap hasn't stopped responding with hard shots like that left rib to the body that Charly catches.
Ooh. Another blinding jab there by Charly Suarez.
Yeah.
Good defense as he evades that last second effort by John Yap.
See the replays here. Charly Suarez, having not landed anything truly powerful, just keeps pecking away, picking beautiful shots.
That was actually
like that.
a fake uppercut, then led to another uppercut. See?
Yeah.
Oh man.
An artiste like Leonardo da Vinci. Really unpredictable here. Nice clubbing right hook around the guard. So we know we can really assume with confidence what's being said in Mark Yap's corner. What do you think Charly Suarez is hearing from his expert corner team right now?
Well, Coach Delfin is probably telling Charly, like, it's okay. Hey, we're doing good. Hey, we're probably ahead, but let's not be too reckless.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Keep it tidy, huh?
You know, I mean, Coach Delfin Bohos is the guiding voice, right, in Charly's ear. And he wants to make sure that Charly is focused, because Charly has this tendency that when he's having too much fun, he'll take more risks, you know.
Yeah,
He'll get his opponents to come inside. You know, there were instances wherein I'd be like, Charly, how come you let this guy hit you? And he goes like, nah, I just want to test it.
Yeah, playing like a kid. He's having too much fun. That's funny. I understand Delvin, the guiding voice of reason in the Charly corner, is a former teammate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they've got a dynamic that's been built over the years. They really understand each other quite well.
Now Mark Yap is on offensive mode. Good jab straight there by Mark Yap. Counter jab there by Charly Suarez. 3 left hands there by Charly Suarez.
Charly Suarez there, working his way off the ropes after Yap throws a huge left hook to the body, but the ever-responsible Suarez caught it all with his right and left elbows.
And prior to the beginning of this fight, you mentioned, Ben, that it's all about efficiency and how Charly has been efficient throughout all of his fights. Have you seen any type of improvement, or is it still the same? Watching, like, we're in round 8 so far.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, it's very interesting. It's really hard to pick Charly's improvements from so many of his past performances, because they're also, I'd say, he's a little less bloodthirsty now, just a little less. probably got a lot to do psychologically with how much success he's had. He's a little less interested in hurting people and just putting on perfect performances. Like now, I'd say he's always been a great counterpuncher, but now he never misses a counterpuncher an opportunity because he's a little less aggressive and a little more precise. That'd be one thing I've noticed in Charly over the years. He's always been a technician, but now there's a little bit less of a focus on violence, a little bit more of a focus on extracting any opportunity that he can take. That'd be the main thing for me. What about you? You followed him over the years.
Yep.
Have you seen any big changes in Charly?
I agree. I agree with
seen-
all of the things that you said. Now, every time that I get to talk to Charly, we have these conversations, and he will always say, every year, every opportunity to be at the gym, or at least every camp, is an opportunity to be highly proficient.
Yeah.
It's all about proficiency now. It's playing the long game.
Constant learning experience.
Because he knows that he has power. He says
Yeah.
that he knows he has power.
Oh, there we go. Yap's okay though.
But he also says that he's still a student of the game.
He is. He's got an immense amount of respect for the boxing game. That's why he keeps getting better. And he really does. He's what, 32, 33?
Yep.
Yeah, and he keeps getting better. I'm not just saying that. He is literally getting better in his early 30s. He's such a keen student of the game. There's some, obviously some heavy correlation, like you said, with Delvin, keeping focused. He keeps getting better because he loves the sport so much, even though he's been doing it for so long.
Oh yes, and I was able to catch that statement on tape. I was helping out Charly on his camp, and then the main reason I asked him, I go like, Charly, how come what is the main motivation for you to come into the gym every day? At least say something for future fighters. Like if there's someone out there who's idolizing you or is looking up to you, and if there's one good piece of advice, then he says, you have to show up every day.
Show up every day,
You have to be disciplined. And at the end of the day, the main reason why I'm motivated every day is because I love boxing.
Yeah, that's it. Testament. You need the passion, which he's got. Wide eyes, open mind, always looking to absorb more and more. We start the ninth scheduled 12. And Mark Yap is still in there, throwing meaningful punches, making sure Charly doesn't get lazy. He's got a really good left rip to the body that he hasn't been able to land flush on Charly yet. But it's great that he's still got heavy power in both his hands.
More or less what Mark Yap is doing is reacting to what Charly is doing. He needs to set a certain level of rhythm. He needs to establish that rhythm.
Yeah.
He needs to catch some sort of momentum. He can't really rely on shorts. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He needs to punch more.
Yeah.
Okay?
Don't be disheartened when
Yeah.
Charly laughs.
Every time Charly smiles, go inside, unleash 6 punches.
Yeah. I think that's probably a little psychological tell unintentionally by Charly that he's frustrated or bothered. While he is having fun in there, he'd probably like to be doing more damage to Yap by now.
And talk about damage.
Yeah.
That was a 4-punch combination unleashed by Charly Suarez.
Oh.
Emphatic uppercut there, answered by John Yap as he pushes Charly Suarez against the ropes.
You see Charly Suarez for the first time turning southpaw. He's an excellent switch hitter. It's interesting, we haven't seen that at all in this fight until just then. Watched literally hours of Charly Suarez training in the gym, and he's often in southpaw stance. It's interesting. I guess he's having so much success in orthodox that he hasn't switched.
Jab to the body there.
Yeah.
Now John Yap keeps attacking the body, which is good. Charly retaliates with his jab straight combination. More body shots by John Yap.
Yeah, I think at this point, Yap's got to get a little more creative, a little less predictable. He's wailing away on Suarez's body, but Suarez is seeing them coming, hence the smiles. If Yap can start to fake a little bit more, maybe shift his focus looking down, throw some overhands or vice versa, look up at the head and drop some hard body shots. He's got to try to break this iron curtain that Charly's created. They trade hard right hands there.
Yep, that was a good overhand by John Yap. That was good.
30 seconds to go in the 9th of 12 rounds for the WBA Asia Super Featherweight title.
Final 10 seconds of the 9th round.
Beautiful pot shot there. So effortless. Beautiful timing.
End of the 9th round between Charly Suarez versus John Yap.
Yeah, and Mark Yap is definitely his most credible opponent yet. I'm going to ask you, Franco. Like I said before, I don't think that Charlie's lost around his career. Has he lost around tonight?
Nope. So far, this is a complete shutdown.
Yeah.
And, again, do not take our words for it. We have official judges. There will be an official scorecard should this fight go full 12 rounds.
Double digits. In the modern age, these are the championship rounds. Here we go.
Round 10 of a scheduled 12-round bout between Charly Suarez versus Mark Yap.
You start with a hug before they start to throw meaningful punches to each other's faces and bodies.
Good sign of respect. But
yeah.
I mean, if I were in Mark Yap's corner, I'd be like, stop hugging me.
Yeah.
You know,
I was
stop being
just thinking
nice.
that. Yeah.
You know, make this fight dirty.
Yeah.
That'll probably throw off Charly.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
that's great advice. That's good advice.
It's the gamble he's willing. I mean, take that gamble. It's the last 2 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only, like you said, there's only a few rounds to go. We've got 3. This is the 10th. And like you said, he's got to try something new. Maybe getting dirty. Be something that could ruffle
change the rhythm,
psychology.
change the complexity of this game.
Yeah. Oh, wow. We see, I would honestly say Suarez looks fresher than he did in the first couple of rounds. He's just able to close the distance so fast, but Mark Yap is still in there throwing bombs.
And then Mark is slowly getting confined into throwing singular punches. You know, single coverage punches. It's either one shot to the body, you know, one single hook, one hook to the head. You need volume, you need combinations. You can't throw singular punches against a Charly Suarez.
Yeah, totally agree. It's not going to do it. Beautiful defensive moves in there by Suarez as he pivots off the rope round to the right. They are hard shots, but like you said, Franco, there's just not enough of them.
Aggressive round for Mark Yap. This is what we're talking about. You know, take the fight to Charly. Now Charly answers.
Good defense there by Mark Yap. None of those landed flush. He's still got his hands up and he's still got his head in the game. With 1 minute to go in the 10th round. Good jabs by Mark Yap. Nice to see still jabbing, still thinking.
He's still definitely in this fight.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of changing something. You know?
Totally, a little bit of diversity. Here we go. A little bit of a combination, like you said, Franco. Put some 2s, 3s, and 4s together, not just the one. Very important for all the boxers listening out there. It's kind of like hitting a pinata. It's very fun to wail away with hard shots. But if they're not doing anything, don't waste your energy just on hard single shots. Enjoyable, and it sounds fun. It's just a waste of time. Set them up.
Both fighters now return to their corners.
Festive commotion in the background. The Filipino fans,
everyone's enjoying this fight, Ben.
Yeah. 2 rounds to go as we watch the slow-mo. Charly Suarez just picking a very, very talented Mark Yap apart. Suarez from the VSP gym in Philippines, in the VSP gym in Vietnam, based out of the Philippines, doing an excellent job here. Nice defensive work there.
Now we are going to begin the 11th round of a scheduled 12-round fight between Charly Suarez versus John Yap.
Charly Suarez starting the 11th round with both hands up, looking tight and electric, ready to unload hell. I think this could be the round where Charly really starts to put the pressure on and really try to hurt Mark Yap.
He's very comfortable inside there.
Yeah, he's starting to push Yap backwards. Yeah, he's definitely still in it. He's such a good fighter. But you can see Charly's trying to put the pressure on now. Mark Yap's gone backwards for the first time in a while. Good body jab. Great body jab.
Let's see how much of Mark Yap has left in the gas tank. Final 2 rounds.
He's still throwing hard shots there. While it misses, that is a really hard right hand. Beautiful upper body movement.
That was really good defense from Charly Suarez, being able to evade the attacks of Mark Yap. Minute and a half, approaching the minute and a half mark of the 11th round.
Yeah. 4.5 minutes to go for the WBA Super Featherweight title. You're on Elorde TV with Franco and Ben the Juice McCulloch, and we are watching a masterclass by Charly Suarez from VSP Boxing Gym in Vietnam, fighting out of the Philippines.
Good overhand right there by Mark Yap.
Yeah, it sounds funny to say this, but whilst Mark Yap has worn a lot of devastating punches, I've been very impressed with how much he's put up, firepower and defensive responsibility. Suarez rolls and slips and slides and repositions himself in the center of the ring.
And every time that he goes for that clinch, he breaks the momentum, he breaks the rhythm of Mark Yap. Mark Yap shakes his head, probably in frustration. He can't really catch a break though.
Yeah, he can't. It's very hard to catch any kind of break when you're fighting Charly Suarez. So they get ready to end proceedings, drawing close, drawing to the end of the 11th round. They start to throw some spirited shots, Franco.
Okay, end of the 11th round.
Funny guys, excellent athletes and very funny guys.
And we will go full 12 rounds here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wow. That was a thick thudding right hand at the end of a 3-punch combination. Boom, on Mark Yap's forehead.
And the way Charly sets it up, he will always set it up.
I was saying before, we watched the very talented Australian-based Lynn Sandstrom. She's got to bring her right foot forward when she throws combinations. This is a textbook example of how to punch while bringing your feet forward in 3, 4, even 5-punch combinations. Very impressive. Charly Suarez there getting ready to start the 12th round, talking to the crowd, looking around. Franco, what do you expect to see in this 12th round? Anything different in the script or more of the same?
Probably more of the same. I think Charly will try to finish this one.
Yeah.
Let's see how Mark Yap decides to lay everything down on the line.
Yeah.
Right? Bite down on the mouthpiece and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it. He has got to bite down on the mouthpiece. There's that right uppercut. He's wading in, banging. Beautiful left hook by the Charly.
And it's more or less the same sequence. He allows Mark Yap to finish his combinations, and just when he's about to exit, he throws his own combinations.
Capitalizes, and he almost always lands. Charly lands a couple of really beautiful shots in this round. We'll see if he can generate some serious momentum and at least put Mark Yap down once in the fight. Nice right hand by Charly.
That is a hook straight there by Charly Suarez.
Nearing the halfway point of the 12th and final round. Charly Suarez, having collected so many high-quality scalps from around the world, looks set as he's about to collect another win against the heralded, very talented Mark Yap.
That is a three-punch combination there by Charly Suarez.
Beautiful. That is a beautiful combination. To have that kind of accuracy and pinpoint placement this late in the fight, it's a testament to Charly's conditioning.
And the way he's able to move forward as he lands those combinations.
Yeah. That was so fit. The VSP boxing gym in Delphin, they train their fighters so hard to be in fantastic condition. You can see that manifesting in Charly's volume in the 12th round. Brilliant. Mark Yap slips under a right hand and fires back with a right hand of his own.
Got a little bit of an entanglement there. We resume action at the center of the ring. Last 30 seconds of this bout.
Look at them shots. Charly Suarez launching off the ground, the killer instinct.
Charly Suarez smells blood.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Final 10 seconds.
Here we go.
Here we go,
Shebang.
ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Brilliant fight. Brilliant fight. The crowd loves it. Listen to everyone here. So impressive. Both fighters as well. It's a shutout. That is 12 rounds to nil, at least on this commentator's scorecard. Franco?
Yep, I totally agree.
And the irony there is, in spite of a complete literal shutout, Mark Yap has got nothing to be ashamed of and got so much to be proud of.
That was a valiant stand there by Mark John Yap. Nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
He held his ground.
So tough. Yeah.
Hintayin ba namin yung ano? Now it's official. Charly Suarez retains the WBAH Super Featherweight title against a very game Mark John Yap. And that was a great fight by Charly Suarez against a very game Mark John Yap. Ben, your thoughts on this fight?
It was a fantastic fight. Like we said multiple times through the fight, you've got the best fighter in the Philippines, Charly Suarez, putting on a clinic. But like we saw, Mark Yap, nothing to be disappointed about. He put on a stellar performance as well.
And most definitely, very stacked card. We had amazing fights for UKC Annihilation. And what's possibly next for Charly Suarez right now?
That's a great question. What is next for Charly Suarez? I would say it's a bit of a cliche. I'd say he's got the world at his feet. He is such a good... it's actually the problem as well as the opportunity. He is such a good fighter. On the world stage, people are genuinely scared of him. So it's a matter of weaving him into the best position to challenge for a title as soon as possible, because in great form, as you saw then, Franco.
And as we all know, Charly wants to stay active. He's one of the more active fighters that we have here in the Philippines. And of course, we are looking forward to seeing him again. And of course, coming to you live from the Elorde Grand Ballroom. Thank you so much for watching. I am Franco Roliola. This is Ben McCullough. And we will see you in the next VSP Promotions event. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was so good, man.